being new wood, you'd certainly want to protect as much of that as you can.
What you got over there, Ron? Got some salt?
Boy, this is some groceries, I'm telling you about it.
That's good.
Thank you, sir. We tried.
Make my life worthwhile.
Deep fry this little bird today.
George, you got a nice big one. Where'd you catch that?
It's time for Down Home in the Tri-States with your host, Ron Jones. If it's farming, gardening, information, or just plain interesting, you can catch it all right here on Down Home in the Tri-States.
Good morning, how y'all doing? Glad to have you with us on Down Home in the Tri-States right here on WMBB News 13. And we certainly do appreciate you watching this program, doing business with our sponsors every week, folks. That's what keeps this program on the air. And as long as you enjoy seeing it, you just continue to do business with our sponsors. Let them know. Let them know. Well, we announced a few months ago, you remember, the National Association of Small Farmers is they got the thing where they're going to come in and set up kind of like chicken farming, but they ain't chickens. It's vegetables and aquatic things, fish and things like that. But they're going to come in. All you got to have, if you want to participate in this, and of course you got to, it's a little school you got to go to and everything. You know, they got to talk to you and interview you and qualify you and everything. But you do need to have at least an acre of land and a 4-inch well. It's called the National Association of Small Farmers, and you can call 850-397-4442, 850-397-4442. If you've ever wanted to own your business, folks, this is the prime opportunity right here. You ain't got to put out a whole lot of money. They do it all. They come in and set the whole thing up. It's all modular stuff. They set it up, set the buildings up and everything, and they can monitor it from other locations where they are. When the vegetables and all that fruit and all that stuff get ready, they haul the trucks in here, haul it off, and give you the jack. Okay, that's the way it works. So if you want to own your own business, then get in on this ground floor thing now. It's 850-397-4442, and tell them you saw it on Down Home in the Tri-States with Ron Jones, and that you are very interested in being your own boss, owning your own business, and you want to be involved with the National Association of Small Farmers. Okay, I want to remind you about the Vernon Christmas Parade. That's going to be on Saturday, December the 13th. It's also the Christmas on the Square. Vernon's trying to get going again. You know, they kind of got disrupted with that 4-lane going through there and just blew everything apart. So they're getting everything going again, and we're going to be doing some stuff with them to try to help them. But they got a big event, December the 13th. Starts at 8:30 in the morning. It goes until, okay? We're going to have all kind of good things going on. Got free prizes, and you can go to all the vendors there and the businesses and draw for the dinners and prep prizes and gifts and all that stuff. So y'all want to be sure and mark your calendar for December 13th, starting at 8:30 in Vernon, Florida. And we're going to have some highlights from the Historical Museum today that we shot over there. And we're going to be doing some more series on this. So y'all watch this, and we'll be back with the show in just a minute. I'm Ron Jones, Down Home in the Tri-States. Write us. Let us know you enjoy this program. I need to hear from you, okay? It's really important. I need to hear from you.
Exciting things are happening in Vernon, Florida.
Okay, my name is Gwen March, and I'm here at Sansary's Restaurant in Vernon, Florida, and I'm with the owners, Miss Sansary and Moses, and we would like for you to have lunch with them during our Christmas on the Square, December 13th in Vernon, Florida. Come on out.
Be sure to register for our free gift certificates that are going to be at the business booth at the Christmas on the Square Bazar.
I'm Angia Morris with the Vernon Historical Society, standing here with Jack Paul and his business, Vernon Discount Drugs. We want to invite you to come to our bazaar on December the 13th, Christmas on the Square.
I'd like to invite everybody out to see our booth, and there'll be a drawing for a real nice gift.
Again, remember December the 13th for Christmas on the Square in Vernon.
My name is Michelle Cook, and I'm the mayor for the city of Vernon, Florida. I'm standing before you at GMP Meats. This is one of our wonderful local businesses. Mr. Terry and Vera Kirkland have graciously donated a gift certificate for our drawing that we're going to be having on the Christmas on the Square, December 13th. Be sure to bring the kids out. Santa Claus will be on the square following our parade.
Vernon, Florida, the neatest little town in Washington County. folks, where do you go for the freshest local produce? You go to Main Street Market on the corner of Highway 77 and 90 in Chipley, Florida. Fresh local produce arriving daily. Top quality feeds, fresh arriving daily from FRM, Seminole, Tucker, and more. It's all coming in daily, folks.
Hey, you need it? We've got it.
They got square and round bale, fresh hay every day, folks. Come to Main Street Market on the corner of Highway 77 and Highway 90. It's just local people caring for local people. And from a complete line of Amish foods to fresh milk.
That's some cheesy creamery milk.
And locally made ice cream. You can't beat it at Main Street Market. That's on the corner of Highway 77, Highway 90 in Chipley, Florida. Go see Paul Davidson and his friendly staff at Main Street Market. We recommend them. You go see them. Main Street Market on the corner of Highway 77 and 90, Chipley, Florida. If you have a question, give them a call today. They'll be glad to talk to you.
If you like fresh fruits and vegetables, we have them at Main Street Market.
Folks, I don't believe you'll find any fresher produce than you will at Main Street Market on the corner of Highway 77 and 90.
Fresh, clean, salty, washed, iced, and ready to go. Oysters at Main Street Market, bags or pints. Hurry, folks. Where are the places you're most likely to encounter a tough, rugged, aggressive, yet gentle rhino?
Up and down the rivers and lakes, everywhere that I go, people are doing double takes, checking out my rhino. No doubt about it. It's the very best. Even my mother-in-law is impressed. Now you know what I know. Make your boat a rhino.
Miss Morris, this is kind of a chronological thing of the Vernon Bridge. Can you give us a little history? I guess starting with this one here. This is what's actually happening there in this picture?
It's Holmes Creek at the Vernon, and it flooded in 1927. The picture shows a small stream driven by boats and barges near the old wooden bridge. This bridge. Tops of warehouses in the background, and then this is Lottie South's father bought furniture in such a boat brought furniture in such a boat from Pensacola. So you see the boats that he used for shipping. And at flood stage, you see the waters up to the roofs.
The roof of the buildings back there.
Right.
Now after that, where did we go from here?
We'll just take a glance through here. We have a good shot of the bridge, and it was common. People enjoyed having the pictures made on the bridge. Sometimes there were weddings held on the old bridges. And then again, we see it at flood stage, and this is flood stage in 1938, which I think is referred to as the big flood, if I remember that right.
Now that's the same bridge covered with water.
Yes.
Folks, this is the one that's on Highway 79. Of course, it's a little different now, but that's the bridge we're looking at. Can you imagine that Holmes Creek coming up over that bridge there? And then we have down here construction of the bridge as it started in 1939. We see the original wooden bridge. And that's the one the water was over.
Right. Being replaced by the concrete bridge that has just recently been taken down. And then here we have a picture of the creek at the crest of flood in 1948.
Now these are some of the markers that were on the bridge itself.
Yes, this says that Federal Energy Administration of Public Works had commissioned this bridge to be called the Archie G. McQuaig Bridge. You see that, the state of Florida doing the same thing.
And this is actual plaques.
The actual plaques.
Right down here.
That hang on the bridge.
She told me to get these back from the DOT. They had those.
You'll see above the group of pictures a bit of whimsy and artistic work that was done by Mary May, a local painter and writer. And I want to share with you the book by Mary Catherine May and Faye Middleton and Eric Robinson. Vernon, the Heart of Old Washington County, gives a good history and lots of good pictures of Vernon historically. And we have these for sale in the museum for $23 a piece.
Wow, that's to get that kind of history for $23, that's a bargain.
Yeah, it's easy read, but and has very good photographs in it of historical value. And I would encourage anyone that doesn't have this book.
Now this photo that's on the front, what is that actually of?
This is actually as you enter like today's 277.
Right.
Driving down 277 into the city. These would be right over here now.
Right.
So this gives you kind of an idea.
Kind of right there where that old gas pump is right there.
Right
in there, yeah. Y'all seen that old gas pump?
Yeah,
I'm
and
sure.
we have pictures of it. But this, you can see the courthouse here. And if you continued on down, you would almost drive right through the courthouse if the doors were open. It was torn down. It was last sold to Mr. Irvin Roach, who still, the Roach family owns some of the property on the city square. But it was right there on the city square where the square is located now. And it was torn down about 1950.
Now is the time to see your Kubota dealer, where you can save up to $2,000 when you buy a new MX 4800 or MX 5200 tractor. Plus, get $1,000 back on your choice of a loader, backhoe, or snowblower for a total of $3,000 in customer instant rebates. Or choose $1,600 in customer instant rebates and get 0 down and 0% APR financing for up to 60 months during Kubota's Gear Up and Go sales event.
See and save on all Kubota tractors and equipment at Soul Tractor today.
Agreement over where the steamboat, the Fritz, came up the creek to Vernon. Some say that it was too big to come up and turn around. Then others say, and I have a record in the minutes in the museum where a lady from Pensacola came over and shared with the Historical Society a few years ago that she actually rode Fritz to Vernon and did it more than one time.
So it obviously had to turn around to go back, right?
Yeah, so that's what I say. There's disagreement on that. Since I don't know for sure, I can't document which story is the right story. Well. This is an interesting thing right here. The gopher industry in Vernon and this area. It says right here, the price of gophers depending on its size and condition. In 1896, Pensacola market sold 2,500 gophers that came from this area in 1 week.
You were saying this was a high commodity back then?
Yes, it was.
Because it could be used as food on the boats.
Yeah, and it could be, kept alive till it was used.
Yeah,
I remember when we ate gopher. Do y'all? Do you?
Oh yeah. I didn't never eat it. I remember here even today people do, but of course it's highly illegal to touch gophers.
It's a protected species.
Yeah, I've got several on my property.
This is a letter that was written by a J.O. Powell to Dr. Dalton from Vernon after the steamboat shipping stopped. He was going to be in the area of Vernon, and he wanted to try to get access to some gophers to take back to his fruit and vegetable stand in Pensacola.
Oh.
And he was looking for gophers.
Oh.
The railroad industry and the important part it played in shipping of logs is around the turn of the century. The Northern Industrial discovered Washington County's vast forest of oak, gum, cypress, and other trees. They were provided source of revenue for the area preceding the Civil War. And this is railroad tracks that ran through the area, actually crossed Thomas Creek down near where the park is, City Park.
Right.
And this ran from Caverhill through the area. And I can remember as a child and all, we used to find the railroad tracks that ran through there, and there's still some of the ties.
Look, there's so much history here. Y'all have got to come visit this place. It's I never knew all of this was here. And Dal was telling me about all this. Dal Morris, with Easy Care, and this is Dal's mother that's explaining all this to us, but I told him, I said, I've never had any idea. I knew this building was back here, but I didn't know there was so much history in this building.
We see in the next section that we're looking at what actually downtown Vernon looked like during that period of time. Here we have the picture of the courthouse as it stood on the square with Miss Minnie Frances Dalton and Miss Jean Bush standing on the corner of what became Kendrick's Grocery. Wow. and a shot across the road to that. This is the two-story jail that stood where the old firehouse stands now.
Oh, okay. And that's right there by the bridge, is that right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Right as you're going north over the bridge, it's on the right there. So that was the old two-story jail, and it's gone now. So at least.
And it says it was built in 1897, constructed by Paisley Jail Building and Manufacturing for $295. 2 cells was installed on the 2nd floor for $700 each.
Exciting things are happening in Vernon, Florida.
My name is March, and I'm on the City Council here in Vernon, Florida. And I'm here to welcome you to our newest business here in Vernon, Gunner's Oyster Bar, owned by Vic Starling. And he's going to be participating in our Christmas on the Square Bazar that's going to be held on December 13th.
Christmas on the Square, you don't miss it, guys. It's going to be a great time. We're going to have a lot of great giveaways. Here at Gunner's, we're going to have some great oysters, some shrimp, mullet, a lot of things, a lot of giveaways, and a lot of good times. Don't miss us. We're right here by the Dollar General. Big blue building with a barn next to it.
I want to invite everybody to come out to Holmes Creek Pizza and Pasta Company. They have some of the best Italian food, pizzas, pastas, an extensive menu.
Holmes Creek Pizza and Pasta is operated by my husband and myself. My husband makes the pizza dough, I make the pizza sauce. We also have submarine sandwiches, hot and cold, hamburgers, chicken clubs, salads.
We want to invite everyone to come out on December 13th. Christmas Bazaar on the Square in Vernon, Florida. Hope to see you there.
Vernon, Florida, the neatest little town in Washington County. It's official. Surplus Salvage in Shipley, Florida is the people's choice for quality metal roofing at the best and lowest possible price. Why? Because you don't have to wait weeks to get your metal roofing and get to work on your project. It's all made on the spot while you wait. And Surplus Salvage of Shipley can provide the best selection of colors. 10 colors available at a low $1.89 a foot. Galvalume a low $1.30 a foot. You heard me right on these prices. Stop in, tell them how much and what length. Load it up, and folks, you're on your way. Why wait 2 or 3 weeks when you can drive off with it the day you come in? Do business with the people's choice. Surplus Salvage of Chipley. Tell them Ron sent you. We'll appreciate it. 638-7353. It used to be people needing tree service like removal and pruning had to accept what they could get. That is, until now. Meet Easy Care, tree and lawn experts. Easy Care is now the tree and lawn service of choice in this area. They know what can be done and what can't be done and what needs to be done.
Start out with the tree removal process. We then move on to the cleanup, the haul off, and the sweep up process. And if the customer needs it, we also offer the stump grinding.
With Easy Care, you'll get an honest appraisal and an honest job.
I'm Dal Morris, and we go to any length to please our customers. At Easy Care, our main goal is to keep the homeowner happy.
With Easy Care, you can feel safe.
We're fully licensed and insured.
And with Easy Care's large and experienced, hard-working crew, they will be there to take care of your request.
At Easy Care, we believe to do the right job, you have to have the right tools.
Trust the experts. Call them today.
Regardless of whether you have a one-day job, a two-day job, or a month job, no job is too big or too small for Easy Care Lawn and Tractor.
Beautiful! We're with Miss Angia Morris, and she's kind of giving us a quick tour, but we're going to take a longer tour in the future show or two. So this is what room is this? This is the education room.
This, you enter into the educational part of it, but it just has a lot of the local history and things that went on in the period of time. Books that have been donated of local authors on the wall over here under education. Then this is scrapbooks that's been compiled by people that have donated over the years. Here is one that is full of much history put together by Miss Ollie Wells, a retired teacher, former teacher educator. And this is done over a period of time from the 1960s to the 1970s. Here we have pictures of Miss X Roach from the Vernon Elementary School. These pictures were donated and then put together in groups by our organization, and it covers a period from 1944 to about 1968 of her third grade students. You might find that interesting if you were, if she was your teacher.
And if any of the viewers out there have anything that they would like to donate, or if they had something they want to bring up and let you make a copy of it so they can keep the original, or would you be susceptible to that?
Do that? We are equipped to do that.
Okay, and y'all can see the number there on the screen you can call. So
we encourage copies because the families might want to hold on to originals.
Right. This is it's huge, and they're also beginning an expansion. But you can see it just goes on and on. These are old tools and things in here. Like I said, we're going to be doing some extensive shows over here because there's just too much history, folks, to let this get away. And like I said, I never knew all this was back here. And Mr. Angia Morris, you can see him standing there. He told me about this, and we were talking while we were having breakfast a while ago about some folks, and that's what we were talking about. There's Bo Cook.
Yep, yes,
right there. There's Bo Cook talking about deadhead logging right there. So.
Ron, that Board of Education right there is something I got thoroughly.
That's what you got your education on?
Yeah, that was definitely my Board of Education, since I seem to be the class clown.
So you kind of got an imprint of that on your bottom. Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Yeah, that's exactly right.
If it was turned the other way, you probably says Board of Education on you. Yep. I bet that's written on your bottom of it several times.
I told her the other morning at
this is Dale's mother, by the way. So
Mr. Howard Riley and Coach Duty, we used to call him in school, Harry Duty. They were our homeroom teachers, and every morning before lunch they would call out and tell us what we was having for lunch that day, and then me and some of the other appointees in the classroom, he'd say, "All right, knotheads, what we having for lunch today?" And about 90% of the time we'd fail to tell him because we was talking and cutting the fool. And we'd go back there and he'd say, "You need to line up, we're going to give you a 5 to start the day with." So this board right here could have very well got what our attention and set the tone for the day.
And they need one of these in every school today, but
they do.
But they would put them under the jail for that.
I see that this was donated by the class of 1979, so I would say they probably had some of Dale's experiences.
I bet they did. Yep. Folks, this is Linda Waller, and some of you may recognize Linda. She lives in Enterprise now, I think. But she's down here. She comes down and volunteers. I guess you're not getting paid for this now, are you?
No, this is completely volunteer.
Okay. Now, what are you actually doing? You look real busy over here.
Okay, what we're doing is trying to enter into a database, the Simmons genealogy. He was a big collector of family and local histories, and upon his death, we were the benefactors of his life's research.
Wow.
So we're attempting to put it into a database, so if you decide that you want to come in and research your family for genealogy, then you can sit down at our main computer and type in a name and get all the results for that particular person.
Is that worth a lot or what? I'll tell you, geez.
Yes, it is.
It is. That is amazing. And then, this is what y'all were telling me about earlier, I think.
Yes, this is just an example of some of course, some of the stuff that we have is not of this quality.
There's pages and pages of this stuff behind here.
Yes, and
it takes a lot of time to do this too, but once it's done,
it will be done.
Yeah,
yes,
so
it'll be here for future generations to research their family history.
And if you folks out there, again, if you got anything like this you would like to share with them or donate to them, they'll be very glad to talk to you.
Oh, yes.
So, well, thank you, Linda. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
You better get back to work now. You got a lot of work to do.
Right.
Okay.
Have you got water problems? Pump won't pump? Do you need answers and solutions, but you don't want the runaround and you want someone honest? Well, have no fear, folks. Do what I did. Call the man, Water Dan. Dan Dubose will take care of your problem.
Hello, folks. This is Water Dan. I work on submersible pumps, jet pumps, do repairs and upgrades, anything to do with an existing water well. I would appreciate it if you call.
Call the man, Water Dan. He'll take care of your water problems. 850-535-9308. 535-9308. Folks, know why people from Washington, Jackson, Holmes, Bay County, you know why they call Water Dan? Because Dan Dubose knows what he's doing. Y'all give him a call. From turkey hunting to deer hunting and everything in between, your best shot is King's.
King's Outdoors can take care of your hunting, fishing, and shooting needs year-round. We have an extensive selection of ammunition, including Remington, Federal, Winchester, and Hornady.
Ladies, if you need a firearm and have no idea where to start, Perry and his friendly, helpful staff will make you feel right at home.
Here at King's Outdoors, we have all major brands of handguns, shotguns, rifles, scopes, and accessories, including Browning, Beretta, Savage, Remington, and Marlin.
From deer rifles, shotguns, and handguns to fishing supplies for all fishermen and lady anglers, King's Outdoors stocks the best. Need prescriptions?
At King's, we've been meeting your prescription needs since 1977.
If you're headed to the beach, put King's on your stop and stock up before you get there. They're located right on Main Street. That's Highway 77 in Chipley, Florida, in front of the hospital. Just look for the big red canopy.
Here at King's, we'll work hard to earn your business and keep your business. Y'all come see us.
King's Discount Drugs and King's Outdoor.
Calls and letters every now and then from folks that need some help getting things done. We got a call from somebody complaining about this road right here. This is Bend Road in Washington County. So I contacted the county. Lynn Goffin, who is the commissioner for this district at District 5, said there's no plans to have this repaired because there ain't no funds to do it with. So it's going to have to stay like it is. And folks, this is a death waiting to happen right here. It's been like this since March of last year, in April, when we had all that rain, real heavy rain. And every time it rains, it just continues to wash out. Well, like I said, as the county says, they have no plans to do this because they ain't got no money to do it with. Okay, they broke, I guess. Folks, this is dangerous right here. You can see it just keeps caving and caving. You can even see the phone line. That black cable, that's the phone line for all these folks around here. Exposed. They just have recently put that under the ground. It was sitting on top of the road. Every time the road grader would come by, they said that they'd lose their phone service because he'd cut it in half. But you know, he didn't report it to anybody. It's just the phone company would come up here and fix it, and then it'd get cut again, You know, this is a situation here. I mean, this county needs to take care of this. It's terrible. Why would in the world would the county commissioners, and Lynn Goff is the commissioner of District 5, why in the world would they let something like this continue when they know it's a danger? It could kill somebody. I feel like Jerry Brown, the problem solver. The only problem is I ain't getting anything solved because they ain't got no money to fix this. Not on the list to be fixed by the county. I'm standing down in this ditch with the camera up on top of my head. You can see what we're looking at right here. Look at that. I'm gonna tiptoe a little bit. That's a stream, a natural stream that washes down here. You know, they need to put some culvert and stuff in it. But it's been that way since April, March, April, back in there. So there's no sense in this. Just absolutely no sense in this. And you want to know why you're getting kicked out of office when election time comes around?